Filmmakers who are not collaborative eventually die out, even if they are brilliant. And that's true for actors as well. We spent a lot of time, almost 6 months before we started the film, working on various aspects. And it's been a 2-year journey making the film. I've seen like 6, 7 versions of Jersey over the last few months. So I went out asking a lot of people because I've never had a success of that size. So I didn't know कि अब क्या करना चाहिए. Hi, this is Shahid Kapoor.
And this is Mrunal Thakur.
And you're watching
Bollywood Hungama.
31st December.
Please watch Jersey in theatres.
We have with us Shahid Kapoor and Mrunal Thakur. Their movie is coming up, Jersey. It's a film that I'm personally excited about. The promo is outstanding, one of the finest promo that I've seen in recent times, and the music is truly spectacular. Pleasure having you guys with us on Bollywood Hungama.
Woohoo, thank you.
All right, and Shahid, आपने बहुत से अपनी फिल्मों के आपने प्रोमोज आपने देखे होंगे. जब आपने जर्सी का प्रोमो देखा and the moment comes when the song starts and you know that you get that level of high. What was your first response to that?
Actually, I'm the wrong person to ask this question because I'm part of the process at a very basic level. So I have never seen something for the first time. I am usually a part of the making process, and especially on this film, me, Gautam, Aman, who's the producer of the film, Brat Films, Gautam, who's the director of the film. We've been a very tight team, So it's been a very collaborative energy on this set. Mrunal I remember she used to always come in and say, I wish I had that, but she was shooting for Tufan at that time.
I was shooting for Tufan.
Once she, I think, came into the second schedule, she really settled into the film. But we spent a lot of time, almost 6 months before we started the film, working on various aspects. And it's been a 2-year journey making the film. We started shooting it in 2019 and December. And we're releasing it in 2021 December. In fact, I think last week we were messaging each other that it's been 2 years since the first day of shoot. So we've had a lot of time to talk about things, to look at how we want to do what. And so I have kind of been a part of the songs, the way the trailer was being made. I've seen like 6, 7 versions of Jersey over the last few months. So for me, I'm never really surprised. So I don't think I'm the right person to give a reaction. I'm usually very instinctive in what I feel about a film. And it starts with when I am shooting that film. And so I have always felt, in fact, everybody after Kabir Singh told me I shouldn't do this film, because I went out asking a lot of people, because I've never had a success of that size. So I didn't know कि अब क्या करना चाहिए, and I'm not new enough. ऐसा होता है कि 3-4 साल बाद सक्सेस मिली है ना, तो आपको ऐसा लगता है कि मुझे पता है कि अभी मैं कैसे हैंडल करूँगा, लेकिन जब आपको 15-16 साल बाद सक्सेस मिलती है तो आपको ये पता होता है कि आपको नहीं पता कि इसको कैसे हैंडल करना है, या ये कैसे हो गया, या what should be happening now in the future, So I asked people around, and everybody thought I should do something similar, where I'm playing maybe a college guy, or I'm playing a lover boy, or I'm playing an action film where I'm playing an aggressive character. And this is something which I saw literally 1 week before Kabir Singh released. I saw this film, and I was very moved by this subject, and I wanted to do it. And then everybody for 3 months told me that this is not the right subject for you. And I really looked. I looked for something else because I felt maybe everybody's right, but I didn't like anything. And this subject just stayed with me and stayed with me. I also didn't want to do a remake after a remake, As an actor, I've done over 30 films now, and I've done a lot of original work, So it's not something you want to do. It's not ideal, because doing a remake somewhere, that it's a remake, it's not original as such. Although you have to make it yours, and you have to make it fresh, and you have to find a new version of the same story, which is what we did with Kabir also. But it just stayed with me, and what this story says, now that I'm a father, and now that I have, I'm 40 years old, I've seen a bit of life, and this was just so close to my heart. It hit me so hard, this subject, and what this story says, and what Jersey stands for, and the interpersonal dynamics between the husband and the wife, how you are when you're just in love, how you are many years into marriage, what it is to be a parent, what it is to be a man, what it is to be a husband. There was so much in this film which to me really touched me that I had to do it. And I'm talking, he asked me some other question and I am talking
No, it's good.
something else.
We just don't want you to
Okay,
stop.
so taking off from there, I'll shortly come to Mrunal Thakur.
Yeah.
I think I have a very valid question for her as well. You said that you've been involved with the film, 7 बार 8 बार film देख चुके हैं and the entire works. Not every actor does that. So my question to you is
I
that
do one film at a time.
भाई बात सुनो.
Sorry.
When is it that you're going to turn a director?
Director? No. अभी तो एक्टिंग वाली गाड़ी चली है यार, थोड़ा चला लेते हैं.
नहीं, लेकिन इतना मतलब इन्वॉल्वमेंट आपका जिस लेवल
No,
का
I
है,
just
you
I
understand.
can see him.
Yeah, he will make a
great
good director.
No, not really. I mean, honestly, let me be very honest. We all feel at some point that हम director बन सकते हैं. नहीं, I really feel conceptualizing something. And I was having this conversation recently with someone, and thinking that you know how to do it is very different from actually executing it. The executional part of a director's job is actually where the magic is, and most actors, even I didn't realize that, but as you spend more time, you understand that, to take, see, as an actor, I get a piece of paper where all the dialogues and the content is given to me, right? I can dislike it, I can say, okay, this is how maybe we should treat it, or I can love it for how it is, but I have something to feed off. But a filmmaker has to write on a blank piece of paper, whether it is how he wants to tell that story, whether it is how he wants his characters to be, whether it is how he wants the screenplay to be, what shot taking he has to do, where will that background score kick in, which is the beat and how will he treat it. So I have great respect for the people that I've worked with, even in a collaborative energy. It's very important to be collaborative, and I think filmmakers who are not collaborative eventually die out, even if they are brilliant. And that's true for actors as well. I learn a lot from the much younger crop of actors that I'm working with right now. I mean, she's you're 10 years younger than me, more than 10 years younger than me. Yeah, you're much younger than me.
No.
यार I'm 40, you cannot be 30 plus. तू 30 साल की तो नहीं है ना.
आप कुछ ज़्यादा ही बोल रहे हो.
हाँ. नहीं, but है मतलब.
हो जाऊंगी.
हाँ तो टाइम है तुझे अभी.
Act young. ये actually ये मेरा एक ज़ाती तजुर्बा है.
Thank you. I feel.
कि शाहिद कपूर हर फिल्म में ये जो अपना बुजुर्गों वाला जो एक उनका एक वो होता है.
But he doesn't look like. I don't know why
मसला
he
क्या
keeps
है? let me
emphasizing
complete.
Yeah.
लेकिन जब हम जर्सी को देख रहे हैं, जब वो मोटरसाइकिल पे जा रहा है, लंबे लंबे बाल जो भी है, तो वो तो 22-23 साल का लौंडा लग रहा है.
Exactly my point.
तो
I
ये
don't know why
बड़ी
he
मेहनत
keeps
लगती है वैसा लगने में.
emphasizing on
बुजुर्गों
it.
वाली ये जो आपका एक वो है.
No, I'm just.
Is this the way of you to say नहीं but you look so young?
No, but she does look so young.
नहीं, but
No,
you look so
But you
young.
look
But
young.
that's for you to decide. How can I comment how
Okay,
old
so
it is? I'm very
ये
happy
आपका-
I look young. I'm
we
aware I
both-
look younger than my
हाँ.
age. I'm very
Yeah,
aware.
you
But
look
that
way
doesn't
too
change the
younger.
fact that I have worked for a certain amount of time, and therefore, and so what I was trying to say is that collaboration is very important. It's very important to come together, and that comes with a lot of trust, and it comes with a lot of time. I don't think as an actor you can step into a film on the day of shooting or 2 weeks before shooting and think you have equal rights to participate.
Right.
If you want to have that kind of respect on a set, you have to give the time that everybody else is given. And on Jersey it happened like that, where the entire, even on Kabir Singh to quite an extent, because I do one film at a time now, so I spend a lot of time. When the dialogue drafts are being written, when the music is being created, I'm always there.
Yeah, but the way you function, not many of the actors that they don't.
But I
and
might
that
not
is why-
be like that on every film.
Of course,
right?
of course,
like
of course.
the film that I'm doing with Ali right now, I didn't need to have that kind of presence on that film. But the last two, I think, required it because even the directors were making their first Hindi film.
Right.
So that shift of coming from a different culture, which is Andhra Pradesh, Telugu culture. These are stories which can travel across, I feel, any demographic or any country, any language, any culture. These stories can travel, but you still have to make them relevant for that culture. You still have to adapt them. These are adaptations. These are not remakes.
No, of course. That is, we were discussing a short while back. The background score is completely different, and a lot of other things.
It's not about just those things being different. I mean, you look at this picture,
vibe.
you see where it's been set. You understand the cultural pathos of where you are choosing to tell your story. Like for us, choosing to go to Punjab was not because Punjabi sabko samajh mein aati hai. It's because we wanted the backdrop of Mohali Stadium. We wanted the backdrop of a stadium that has been relevant for cricket lovers over the years. Mohali has this. We wanted to shoot in winter because we wanted to capture a certain mood for the film. We wanted this character who's based in the 90s, Arjun, and his wife Vidya. She's playing a Telugu girl. I'm playing a Punjabi local Chandigarh boy, and for him not to be working in the 90s and have to ask his wife for money for a Punjabi man, that's a very big deal. It's not just like somebody from the city might be more evolved to think it's okay, but for a conservative Punjabi man in the 90s who was who was extremely popular and did very well, where the girl was literally cheering from him from the crowds when he used to walk on, to asking his wife for 500 rupees. So those kind of decisions that you take, they help you kind of maximize all the, the little emotional tranches that lie in a film. So there are a lot of decisions like that. The music of the film is a huge factor.
It's terrific.
The casting of the film, Dad is playing the coach, Mrunal is playing obviously Vidya, and for me to play this character, there's a lot of work that goes into.
No, of course.
Hi, this is Shahid Kapoor.
And this is Mrunal Thakur.
And you're watching
Bollywood Hungama.
31st December.
Please watch Josie in theatres.